Okay, this is Mr. Slacky. We're going to be doing section 9.5. This is dealing with the dot product and the angle between two vectors. All right, so first of all, let's just review some notation. These are a couple different ways to represent your vector. AI plus BJ will be what we use today. The kind of double absolute value is the magnitude or the length. It's kind of like the hypotenuse. And the unit vector we defined before as well. All right, so let's get right to it. The dot product to start. So if we have our vector, and here's like vector v and here's vector w, the dot product is defined, and we'll need the dot product for our next rule, so that's why we're doing dot product. If you multiply the I components, so we got a sub 1 and a sub 2. If we multiply those and then multiply the j components, b sub 1 and b sub 2 right here, and add them together, that becomes what's called the dot product. That's not multiplication, it's called dot. V dot w when we're dealing with vectors. Okay, so here are a couple problems. Just a couple more. Here's dot products. And then here's a little bit of review for the magnitudes. So I'll give you a second to try to work those out. Maybe especially try A, and then I'll show you some of the answers for the others. Okay, let's take a peek at some of these. Well, first of all, here's A. We just take 2 times negative 3, that's our I component, multiply them. 5 and 8, multiply those, and you can see we just add the two products together to be 34. You can see in w dot v we get the same exact answer. These are commutative. Remember, v dot w is the same as w dot v. If we did v dot v, we get this situation, 2 times 2 and 5 times 5. We add those together, get 29. Okay, and if you're looking for the other answers, here they are. Okay, so that's dot product. Let's deal with the angle between vectors. All right, so u and v are two non-zero vectors. All right, and the angle theta is between 0 and pi, or 180 degrees, and it's determined by this formula. Cosine of theta is equal to the dot product, u dot v, and then we have in the denominator the magnitude of u and the product with the magnitude of v. So we multiply the two magnitudes together, and we have the dot product in the top, and that will give us, if we solve for theta, that will give us the angle between the vectors. All right, so let me give you a question. Find the angle between these two vectors. All right, so I'll give you a chance to try on your own, and then we'll give it a try together. Okay, so here's the rule. Cosine of the angle, we did the dot product here in the numerator. We found the magnitude of u here times the magnitude of v right here, and we work all of this out, and we get 119.7 degrees. So could just cosine inverse of that and you get your angle. All right, so that's the dot product, finding the angle between two vectors. Now there's a couple words there that you're going to see that look real weird, but it's not too bad. It's determining if something is parallel or what we call orthogonal. Okay, two vectors are said to be parallel if there's a non-zero scalar, so that v equals the scale times w. So what we're trying to do is see if we have a common vector in place. So really all you have to do is you have to take and factor both of these out. And you'll see when we factor these two, we're going to get our answer. So look, 4 could be factored out. We get 4i minus 2j. 2 negative 2 could be factored out. We get I minus 2j. See how these two are the same? Since those two are the same, then it's parallel. Now, to me, I actually prefer to just use the formula and find the answer, because what happens if I actually use the rule is I find that the angle turns out to be 180 between them, which tells me that they're parallel. So if the angle between them is 180, they are parallel. All right? So that's one thing. And then the other is if they are called orthogonal, or right angles to each other. Here's the rule. If we take the dot product at the top, numerator of that rule v dot w, we get 0. And that's pretty easy as well. Here's the question. I'll give you a chance to try. And so what you can do is just find the dot product between those two. Dot product is 0. Therefore, you get your answer. Otherwise, just use the formula and you get 90 degrees. So you can tell easily if it's orthogonal, they form a 90-degree angle. Parallel, they form 180 degrees. And then the other angle is just between 0 and 180. That's the lesson. Not too bad, really. The formulas will be given on the assessment, so you can try that. Here's the homework for the first part. All right, so you can pause the video. And here's the rest. You can pause the video again. Good luck on the homework. We'll see you in the next class period.